There are several ways you can export your audio files in Logic Pro X. So stick around, let me show you how it's done. Yo, what's up guys? It's Mixnob here, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to export your audio files in Logic Pro X. In my previous video, I showed you how I bounce my aux channel, which is my effect sense, into an audio file. You can check that out and also check other videos out to follow up. The link is on the description. So the first one I'm going to show you is how to export a single file or multiple files depending on what you're going for. So let's say I want to export this e-piano to. What I'm going to do is to click on the e-piano, go to File, and go to Export. Now on Export, you see one region as audio file. You can click on this and this white box will appear, right? Then if I want to export more than one, um, let's say I want to export this and this other track as well, this reversed piano. I'll click on the tracks and then go to File, then Export. Now it's no longer one region, right? It's now two regions as audio files. So I'll click on it and this box will appear. Then the next thing you have to do is to make sure that the details on this box is correct, so that when you bounce your track, you get exactly what you exported. So just to make sure, I'll go through it. I'm leaving this at wave. I can also use this AIFF. I've not used this before, but I'm comfortable with wave. This is normal. Then you can choose to export on 32 bits or 24. So I'm leaving mine at 24. And here it says bypass effect plugins. And no, here I say include audio tail. Yeah. So now this is just to make sure that all the details are intact, right? So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to choose my location. Here you can see it's on desktop. So I don't want to export it to desktop. I'll create a new folder. Create. Now I have a new folder. The next thing I'm going to do is just to hit this export button and wait for it. So now it's done. I'm going to look for the folder on desktop. Okay. I'm going to play it just to make sure that my files exported the way I wanted. So this is one way you can export your file. Another way you can do this is to go to File, go to Export. Now, instead of clicking these two regions as audio files, you can go down to two tracks as audio files. So you can do this, and this box will also appear. Now, the difference between this box and the first box is export circle range. And another thing, it doesn't show if I should include the tail of the file. So let's say I want to export this to a new folder, create. Then I'm going to hit export. So go to export, export to. So I'm going to play to make sure that I have what I exported. It's basically the same thing. So this another way you can achieve the same results. Now the third way you can achieve this particular result is by holding down Command and E. and the white box will pop up. So it's basically the same thing, and you can choose your folder or create a new folder and export. So this is the first way you can export your audio file from Logic Pro X. So the second one I'm going to show you is how to export multiple file at once. Now, this method is very handy whenever you want to send files to an engineer to mix and master your track. You don't need to export individual tracks. What you do is go to File, Export, and choose this option, this all tracks as audio files. And the sweet thing about this method is you don't need to highlight any track. So I'm going to unhighlight this and still show you what I'm talking about. So you go to export, go to all tracks as audio file and click on it. Now this box will pop up. This box right here will pop up, and as usual, we make sure that everything is intact. Then go to create new folder, create, then export. So this took a while, but let's check the tracks to be sure of the tracks we exported. Yeah, so we have all the tracks. So like I said, if you want to send your files or stems for mixing and mastering, this is the best way to export your files. Yeah, so another way you can do this is by holding down Shift, Command, and E. This is another way you can do that by holding down Shift, Command, and E. And this box will pop up. So this is the second way you can export files in Logic Pro X. So the third method I'm going to show you is the method that is used when you want to put out your track for final consumption and you want to put song on streaming platforms. This is the method that is used after mixing and mastering your song. And what you do is go to File, go to Bounce. Instead of export this time around, we are going to Bounce, and you are choosing this project or section. Click on it, and this box will appear. Now you have options. I'm just going to leave it at this PCM. If you want an MP3, you can choose an MP3 or this file format. For the sake of this video, I'm using this format. So I'm leaving my file format on Wave. As you can see, we still have this AIFF and CAF. I'm leaving it here. I'm leaving it on 24 bits. My sample rate is at 48,000. So I'm leaving it at 48,000. So you can decide to split your file or leave it at interleaved. So I'm leaving it here. I don't need any of this shipping here. Another sweet thing about this method is you can decide to add this back to your project and also add it on iTunes. So I don't need any of this. On the mood, you can decide to bounce offline. So this is when you export your song, it comes out without playing the tracks. Or if I choose read time and I bounce or export my track, it plays the song or the beat from the beginning to the end. Then when it's done, the beat is bounced or exported. So I'm leaving it offline. So here I choose include tail. So here you can choose to normalize or only when there's overload, but I'm leaving it off. So you have to make sure that everything is ticked correctly and the information or the details here are correct before bouncing to avoid any mistakes. So after doing that, I'll click OK, and this white box will come out. Now here you have to name your tracks. So I'm naming it unknown, and I'll choose where I want to export it. So let me choose a new folder this time around. Create. Now I'll bounce my file. locate the file, the folder, and here's my track. So here's the beats. Let me play it to make sure that it came out well. So like I said, this method is normally used when you are done with your project or you want to send someone to listen to your song or your beats or whatever you're done with. You want to send it out for consumption. This is the method you make use of. So yeah, this is the third way you can bounce or export your track in Logic Pro X. So I'm going to show you the fourth way you can export your track on Logic Pro X. But before I do that, still on the third method that you will go to File, go to Bounce, and choose this project or section, right? You can do that or you can achieve that by holding down Command B. So instead of going through that long route, you can hold down Command B and same box will pop up. So that is what you can also do to achieve the same results. Now the fourth one is the final one I'm going to show you, of course. This is the method that I'm using recently. So what I'll do is to solo the track I want to export and hold down Command B. This same menu will pop up. Go through the box to make sure that everything is the details are intact and click OK. Now this will show up. Now I'll decide to create a new folder, choose my location and create a new folder. What will I name this? Now I'll name the file. This will be my melodies. Now, this is just to export my individual instrument bus. You can try this out. If you want to export your instrument bus, this is the method. So I'll click bounce and wait for it to export. While you're doing this method, you're not going to get individual track. This is just like the third one I showed you. Everything will export as one file. Now I can also do this for my percussions. I'm going to solo my percussion reverb and my percussion bus just the same way I did for my melodies. And I'm going to go down Command B and of course go through this box and click OK. Change this to pecs, and I want it in the same folder. So I can go through this process and do the same thing for my lows, right? So for my kick and my bass, I can go through the same process and also my effects, right? So let's check this track out, the ones I've exported. And yeah, we have the melodies and the percussion. So let's just play and hear what we exported. Yeah, so everything is intact. And so guys, this is how I export files in Logic Pro X. If there's any question or if there's anything you feel I didn't cover, please do well to leave it on the comment section, or you can DM me. My handle is on the description. Also subscribe, share, like, and click on the notification button to get notified when I'm dropping the next video. Yeah, thanks for watching and see you soon.